So we've all been there. You get into photography and all of a sudden you think that you need everything in the world in order to take great photos. So you rush onto Amazon and you spend a few $100s on stuff that you think you'll need, but you end up never using. This is almost like a rite of passage for all new photographers. And I certainly fell into that trap, buying stuff that I used once or twice and then it just gathered dust. Well, this video isn't about those things. That'll be for another day. In this week's video, I'd like to discuss 5 accessories to photography that will not only make your life easier, but will also vastly improve your experience when taking photos. And these are all fairly affordable things that I use on a day-to-day basis and I find absolutely invaluable. Now, this list is going to be in the order of importance, in my opinion, but I find them all really useful, so that order is pretty close together. And also, before we begin, be sure to subscribe to see more great photography content. So, starting off the list at number 5. With something that is fairly small and seemingly insignificant, and it's this, the lens pen. This little tool is so bloody handy when it comes to cleaning lenses or filters from smudges. It is tiny, cheap, and the way it works is, well, let me demonstrate. So as you can see, the pen has 2 ends, one with a little brush for removing debris, and another with a small circular pad made out of charcoal, which you actually use to swirl around the lens in a circular motion. And let me just tell you right now, this thing cleans up your lens from any smudges or fingerprints so damn well. And I would really recommend getting the actual branded lens pen rather than the knockoffs. The real one's not very expensive. I think it's like $15, and it works so well. This is like one of those things where I remember when I first read about it, I thought, this has to be like some sort of gimmick, like it can't really work as well as it actually does, but it's amazing. This is so good. I've got one in every single camera bag now, and I think it's fantastic. I also would, just to sort of bundle it into one sort of item just for cleaning things, the Zeiss lens cleaning cloths are really good as well, and I've got a whole bunch of those. They're also very cheap, despite being branded Zeiss, and yeah, I've always got a bunch of those in my bag too. Next up for number 4 is, wait, let me get it, is this thing right here. So no, this is not a douche. This is called a rocket blower, and it is absolutely invaluable, especially if you have a modern mirrorless camera, which does not have any protection on the sensor from dust getting on it. So I know that there are like a million of these around. You can buy cheap ones off Amazon. You can buy all sorts of ones. The ones that the only real brand of this that I have actually felt works really well is the Giotto's brand, this one here. They're also not that expensive. But there's something about this Giotto's one. It comes in a large size, and it also comes in a, 2 sizes. You've got a large and a mini size. The mini size is good for like if you don't have a lot of space in your camera bag, and I have a bunch of these in my camera bag just in case, but this larger size is much better. I feel like the amount of air that comes out of it is just great, and it really can like unstick a lot of dust. So if you get like a stubborn dust spot or something on your sensor, just get one of these rocket blowers, clean it off. Like I said, they sell so many of these. There's like a million of these on Amazon and stuff. But the Giotto's brand, I think, is the best one. And now for number 3, I'm going to have to say that the Peak Design anchors are what is like automatically on every single one of my cameras. So if you don't know what the Peak Design anchors are, this is my X-T5 with a lens that I actually got sent yesterday, the Thypox Samera 28 1.4. Absolutely beautiful lens. This is actually for the XF mount. They sent me one of these, and they also sent me an M mount version. So initial impressions for this lens are fantastic. So stay tuned for that review. So these are the Peak Design anchors right here. So what they are is they're these little like circular things. You probably would have seen every single person in the world with these on their camera, but these make it very easy to attach straps to your camera. So obviously the Peak Design straps, my personal favorite straps are the clutch or the cuff. So I really like both of those. They're really nice. And depending on the size of your camera, they've got other ones, like they've got actual proper camera straps. I don't love a massive camera strap because I find it like it's not very comfortable on my neck to wear like a strap, like a camera all around my neck and stuff. So I also just, I don't know, I prefer holding a camera. And yeah, and it's really good because sometimes, like one of the things that annoyed me like the most about traditional camera straps was that if you wanted to put like the camera in a bag, for example, the strap would oftentimes get tangled up, and sometimes you just want to go bare and strapless, and it is just a pain taking off like traditional D-rings or traditional camera straps. So ever since I first discovered these years and years ago, I've absolutely fallen in love with them, and I consider them absolutely critical accessories for any camera that I own now. I just wanted to quickly say that this video isn't sponsored. None of the items in this video were sent to me for free. I bought them all with my own money, and I use them on a day-to-day basis. However though, if you do want to support me, check out my preset pack, link is in the description. I'm actually coming out with a second preset pack, which has a whole bunch of really, really cool presets that I've been working on, and I can't wait for you guys to see that, and thank you guys for all the support. And now for number 2, I would have to say a good tripod. Now, I've seen some videos where people say that you should buy like a crap tripod first and see whether you actually use your tripod before investing in a good one, but I honestly think that is a load of shit because a cheap crap tripod will give you way more headaches than it's worth it. And I get in the video side of things, like if you're, for filming videos and stuff, a good like video tripod can cost several thousands of dollars, but in the photo space, like you can get a really solid tripod for not much more than $100 to $200, and it will be so much better than like a cheap $30 to $40 Amazon special. Now, my personal favorite tripod is the Ulanzi and Common Zero Y carbon fiber tripod, and this is the very same one that every single YouTuber on the planet was promoting last year, but I actually paid for this one over a year ago. This was before I even did any YouTube stuff. And I've traveled a bunch with it, and in general, I've not been very kind on it, and it is still perfectly functional. It's just, yeah, it's great. And the best thing is just how sturdy this thing is. It can comfortably support the weight of an RZ67, which is actually one of the heaviest objects known to man, with absolute ease. This is the Ulanzi tripod, fully extended. I'm 6'2" for reference, as you can see, RZ67. Screw it in, and perfectly sturdy. No wobbles, nothing. If you want it to be a little bit sturdier, you could always just bring this down, but it's good, nice. Oh, and also the reason that I'm using the RZ67 for so many of these examples, and a little bit later on in the video when I talk about number 1, is because this is the largest camera that I own. It's also one of the largest cameras I've ever seen. So if a tripod can support it, or if a bag can fit it just fine, then I'm sure it will fit your camera just fine as well. Back to the video. And just to add an extra bonus item, so I want to actually highlight mini tripods. So why you might want to get one and which one is worth it. So mini tripods are great if you want to have a stable platform to take photos, but you don't want to lug around a full-size tripod with you. Even though this one isn't very big, still sometimes you might want something a little bit smaller. So my recommendation would be for a really good mini tripod for cheap is the Manfrotto Pixie Evo. So the regular Pixie is also really good and even cheaper, but I do like the height variation that you get with the Evo. And also the tripod itself is lightweight and it has a really satisfying and easy to use screw head to attach to your camera. Now, if you want to be a big baller, you can get this. This is the Gitzo Mini Traveler. And this is my favorite little mini tripod. I love this thing so much, but it is, it's also extremely sturdy, made out of carbon fiber. Gitzo is a legendary brand. This is made in Italy. It's got adjustable legs as well, so you can change the height to be a little bit lower down if you want. It's got a really, really sturdy ball head that's really easy to adjust. So you just unscrew this and then you just move it around. It's really, really good. And this is the only mini tripod that I've ever seen that can actually support an RZ67. But it is $300. So maybe it's not for everyone. This is a tripod, again, it's absolutely gorgeous as well. I love the way this thing looks, but I can definitely see why you might not want to buy something like this. I sort of saw it as I'm gonna just buy this once and then not really have to buy another one ever again. And I've dropped it. It got a little chip in it, which made me really sad, but it still works perfectly fine. This thing is built like an absolute tank. So, if you find yourself using a mini tripod a lot, maybe consider investing in one of these if you can find it on sale. Otherwise, the Manfrotto Pixie Evo is a really, really good option. And all these will be linked down below as well. So if you want to check out any of this stuff, I'll link everything down below. Now, one mini tripod that I actually would avoid is this Ulanzi one. So the legs don't actually have locks in them. So if the weight starts to sag, the tripod will literally just collapse on itself. So just as an example, see what happens when I try to put that RZ67 on it. Oh shit. Yeah, not good. And I know I said at the start of this video that all the items in this list will be fairly affordable, and listing a $500 and a $300 tripod is not exactly the most affordable thing in the world. But I do want to just say that these tripods, like these kind of things, you buy them once and then you don't need to buy them again. Whereas I've had cheap shit tripods in the past. They're not stable, so if you want to try and take long exposure photos, you can't take long exposure photos, which means they're literally worse than useless because they're taking up space in your bag and you can't use them for anything. And it's like, there are some decent cheaper tripods that you don't have to spend $500 on. And again, I'll put some links down below for what I sort of consider to be good. But you don't need to spend a lot of money on a tripod, but you should spend a little bit more than just the bare minimum. And yeah, definitely look at it as a way as like, you either buy nice or you buy twice. And that sentiment actually goes on really, really well for number one. And so for number one on my list of, camera accessories that I think are absolutely invaluable is a good camera bag. So over the years, I have purchased so many different camera bags, it's insane. Now, the perfect camera bag will depend a lot on what you want to do with it. So if you're only carrying around a small camera and like 1 to 2 lenses, you don't need like a massive camera bag. It's just, A, it's a waste of space, B, it's really, really heavy to carry, and it's just unnecessary. So my favorite small camera bags would have to be the Bellroy Venture Sling, the 10-liter version, which is really, really comfy. This seems to be like the official bag of every single camera YouTuber, Fujifilm camera YouTuber at least, because I have seen so many camera YouTubers with these bags. I saw Roman Fox with it, and that's why I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna buy one of these as well. It looks really good. And now it seems like every single other person has one. I think it's a great bag. What I love as well is it's got these flexible dividers, so you can really easily switch up your camera setups without like the annoying Velcro padded dividers. It's fairly comfortable. It's got quite a lot of space, so it's a great bag if I'm like going out to film some B-roll or something and I need to bring like my big S5 II and like a camera that I'm recording as well, because you can actually fit 2 bodies inside of there, which is really good. I do like that. However, my second, much more luxurious choice, and this is sort of, the theme of this video is I give you a non-luxurious choice and then I give you one that's probably a little bit expensive. But my second would have to be the Billingham Hadley Pro Small. This is an absolutely beautiful, exquisitely made and sensational camera bag. I mean, this thing is like the Rolls Royce of camera bags, and it's made in England as well, so that analogy actually lines up as well. But this thing is made and feels like it will last forever. It's also entirely waterproof, and it is just so damn pretty. This bag is very expensive though, and without the additional shoulder pad, which, I mean, the shoulder pad alone is $92 Australian, for some reason, I don't know why, but it's actually really uncomfortable without the shoulder pad, and I have absolutely no idea why Billingham doesn't just include the shoulder pad with the bag itself, which is already an eye-watering $500, which is over 2 times what the Bellroy costs. So with that shoulder pad, this bag is almost $600, right, if you buy it brand new. And it's very, very expensive, but it is very, very comfortable. And this is a bag that will easily last you like a decade, so if not more. And look, it's up to you to determine whether a quality item like this is worth actually buying or not. I have always, again, I'm going to reiterate, buy nice or buy twice. I've always said, I would just much rather have a much higher quality item because it will actually make me want to use it more. And I place really, really high value on things that I'm interacting with every single day. So the chair that I'm sitting in right now is a Herman Miller Embody. It's a fucking expensive chair, but it's a really good chair. I bought this 7 years ago and it still is perfect. It's still really, really comfortable. I work every single day, so I have a really, really nice monitor because I look at, I stare at a screen for like 8 to 9 hours a day. So I need something that is high quality, etc., etc. I understand that some people want to save money on things, but there are certain things you can save money on, and there are certain things that you should not skimp on. And now for my favorite camera backpack, it has to be this. So this is the Lowepro Protactic BP AW452, which is the least sexy name in the world, but this bag is just unbelievable. It's well made, it's extremely comfortable, it's really, really versatile, and it has so much bloody room for stuff. It also has this really good laptop holder, which can comfortably hold a 16-inch MacBook Pro. The dividers are really, really easy to change around to suit your needs, and you have 3 access points for your camera or lenses. But honestly, I just love getting to a shoot, plopping this on the floor and just opening the back of it and essentially having all your lenses and cameras laid out in front of you. That's why I love Pelican cases and the Nanook one that I got recently. Like, I love those kind of cases because you open it up and straight away I can see literally everything that I've got. And I've got ADHD, so for me, if I don't see something straight in front of me, I don't know it exists. And it's something which, it's why this, it's why my office is always a little bit messy, and it's why I've got this you know, I've got this shelf where I've just got all my camera gear easily on display so that, you know, I don't lose things. And look, I can honestly not recommend this bag highly enough. It is absolutely amazing. But Matt, what if I want to just throw my camera inside of an empty tote bag and just walk around like this? Why can't I just do that? Well, you can do whatever you want. But let me tell you that I find it really, really odd how people will spend thousands of dollars on their camera gear and then not want to spend much protecting it during transport. Like, buy a good $200 to $300 camera bag and it will last you for many, many years and many different camera setups. Like, it is not hard. Like, get quality items and they will last forever. And this list might have not been the most exciting thing in the world, but these are all items which I think everyone needs to have. There's no crazy, stupid, like, you know, effects filters and stuff in here, or things that are like, you know, like weird, like vacuum suction mounts. I will make a video on accessories that I think are not worth buying and that you should save your money on. But for this video, I wanted just to talk about stuff that I personally find really invaluable, and that is my list. And I would love to hear what your essential accessories are or what your favorite camera bag is, because there are so many different ones out there. But let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.